All right, welcome in to the All Out Super Late Model Series at Lanier. We get set here. We have 125 laps on deck for us here tonight. With 11 drivers signed in, ready to go racing. We'll get set to go here very shortly. With qualifying, we got 3 minutes left in practice. I take that back. We have 11 drivers who have taken time, 13 drivers signed in, ready to go racing. We have right now Travis Pryor quickest with a 12.84. Robert Barber ran second quick time with the 12.87. And Scott Formosa just 7,000th of a second behind Barber with a 12.877. Got Michael Fravert sitting back there in fourth with the 12.885. Jonathan Smith with the 12.898. Rounds out your top five here in the practice session. We'll see what these drivers cannot do in qualifying. Preston Boers going out for some more practice. Cut through the track there. Mark Fravert in the 44. Going out for some practice. This is a very small track. It's less than a half of a mile around. Checker flag flies on practice. We'll get set. We'll get going for qualifying here very shortly. This track is very slippery, so that is something these guys have to watch out for. Preston Boers ran a 12.95. Go out Scott Formosa out for his laps. Looks like Formosa is going to be the top of the board with a 12.89. Samke out, running his laps. Samke will be a 13.29. Gonna have the 08 evade. He's gonna run a 13.47. Matt Vade. And that's gonna be the last person to qualify out for qualifying. Looks like the 44 Mark Fravert going out now. It's just a 3/8 of a mile oval here. Fravert's going to be 7th quick with a 13.21. Going to improve to a, but not by much, just 0.08 of a second. Looks like he will be. We don't have any other cars going out for time now. We're still missing 72 Michael Fravert, 71 of Austin Victory, the 02 of Travis Pryor, and the 11 of Joe Williams. Those are the 4 drivers that I'm seeing have not taken any time. I guess Pryor did go out there. He goes up to the top of the board with the 12.88. Wait and see what Mark Fravert can do here on lap number 2. His qualifying run. Michael Fravert rather, comes in with a 13.006. Travis Pryor is going to be on the top of the board, so that means we're missing Victory, Williams, the only 2 drivers who have not laid down a lap time here is we have just 20 seconds left in practice. All right, that's going to do it for qualifying here. We're going to get set for our race here tonight. All right, so we're going to have Travis Pryor, Scott Formosa on your front row. And you'll have Robert Barber, Louis Robinette in your second row. You'll have Preston Boers and Jonathan Smith in your third row. Michael Fravert, Casey Clark in your fourth row. Mark Fravert and James Somke will be in your 5th row. You're going to have Matt Vade and Joe Williams in your 6th row, and Austin Victory rounding out the field here tonight. Go and look at some of the guys who you did not see their car. There's Travis Pryor, his green and black machine. We're going to have the 1 of Somke, the 8 of the 08 of Vade, the 11, and the 71 there. Preston Boers. He's yet to join. So we'll wait for Boers. We'll get started here. 125 laps, the distance. We start rolling off here. Looks like Pryor's going to the back. We're going to go green flag racing the next time by. Pace truck pulls in. And we're green flag racing for mostly with a great jump here early on. Take over that top spot away from Robert Barber. Louis Robinette going to be sitting in that 3rd spot. Behind him, you're going to have Preston Boers, Jonathan Smith, and Michael Fravert battling there. That is all the way up into that 4th spot. Well, throw Casey Clark in there as well in that 7th position. Those guys are going to be battling hard. There's a little bit of contact between Clark and Michael Fravert. Fravert's going to lose some spots here. Clark's going to move up 1. Go a little bit further back. Travis Pryor, he started in the back. He is up to 10th already. Moved up 3 spots. So gets around James Somke there to take over. That 10th spot right behind Michael Fravert in the 72. Formosa pulling away from Robert Barber. He's got a 1.2 second lead over Barber. Barber cut into it a little bit that last time by. Go back here to the 3 of Casey Clark. Well, this 44 rather. 44 loses quite a few spots. Going to allow the 72 of Michael Fravert, the 1 or the 02 of Pryor to get around him prior to the inside of the 72 of Michael Fravert, and he's going to have that position. That's going to be the 8th spot. Go up to the 51 and the 23 of, and the 3 right in front of those guys. Casey Clark, Matt Vade. Starting to heat up a little bit there. That's for that 6th spot. Vade closing in. We're quickly on lap number 13 of 125. See Pryor got around Michael Fravert for that 8th spot fully, and he's closed in on the 08 Evade. We're working lap 16. We've been racing for about 5 minutes already, and we're already on lap number 18 now. Go up here to Robinette as he got around Barber that last time. Robinette gets loose on the entry there. He's going to lose 2 spots, one to Preston Boers and one to Robert Barber in the 8. He may lose another to Jonathan Smith. Smith had to go high to avoid wrecking. Robinette is going to allow Clark and Vade to close in. Joe Williams has lost a lap already. Right in front of Robert Barber there. Go back here to the 71 of Austin Victory. He is the next car in danger of going a lap down in that 12th spot. James Somke in the 1. He's running in the 11th. Caution comes out. We'll go see what happened. Clark got underneath Jonathan Smith and just loses it. Spins it all the way around. Had to wait. So, the first caution comes out on lap number 27 of 125. We reset the lineup here. It's going to be Formosa, Barber, Boers, Robinette, Smith, Vade, Pryor, Michael Fravert, Mark Fravert, Somke, Victory, Clark, and Williams. We're running order here tonight. Joe Williams will get a lap back. Being as Casey Clark was the cause of the caution, he will go to the tail of the field. So that'll put Clark in that 13th position. Pace truck ducks off, and we're back underway. As Formosa gets another good start, but Boars, caution comes back out. Barber gets a little tap, and Somke gets collected in it. Gonna have some significant right front damage. Barber's gonna have some significant left front damage. We get set. Reset the lineup here, as it looks like Robinette goes into pit road. She was that cause of that caution. Gonna be Formosa, Boars, Smith, Pryor, Vade, Mark Favert, Michael Favert, Somke, Victory, Clark, Williams, Barber, and Robinette. Pace truck pulls back in, and we're underway again. Travis Pryor has quietly pulled himself inside that top floor. But he's got some pretty significant right front damage there. That right side, we'll see if that is going to affect him. So he's going to lose that fourth spot. Well, not quite yet. Now he will lose the fourth spot to the 08 of Matt Vade. Up front with Formosa is Robinette. He's battling to get back on that lead lap. Formosa is able to hang on to that lead over Preston Boars. Jonathan Smith's able to hang on to that third spot. Pryor running in the fifth spot. You're going to have the 44 of Mark Favert, the 72 of Michael Favert. It's going to be sixth and seventh. Casey Clark. He was the cause of that first caution. He's back up into the 8th spot. Barber, he was involved in that last caution. He's back up into the 9th spot. Victory is running 10th. Somke, 11th. Joe Williams was a lap down earlier. Now he's a lap down again. Running in that 12th spot. Louis Robinette going to be running in that 13th position. As we go back up to the 44. 72. They're battling quite hard. Now the 44 Mark starting to pull away a little bit from Michael. In lap 49. You see they're trying to get around the lap car of Louis Robinette. Robinette has gotten around Joe Williams. Back up front here, look at Travis Pryor running in that 5th spot. They've got Preston Boers hung out to dry on that high side. Boers getting a little loose there in turn number 2. It's going to allow Pryor and Vade to both get by him. It's going to put Pryor back up into the 4th spot, Vade up into the 3rd spot. Not too many battles. Closest cars on track are these guys right here. With Smith, Vade, Pryor, and Boers. They are the ones that are the closest together. And now you look back here to Preston Boers. He gets a little loose. Mark Fravert in the 44 had a shot at him, but he got loose as well. He loses his spot to Michael. Michael trying to put the pressure on Preston Boers to take over that 5th position. Caution comes out. Go back and look and see what happened. Watching the replay here, Williams gets up into that outside, slows him down. I don't know if that was the cause of the caution, but that's what iRacing is telling us is the cause of that caution. No. Hang on. Looks like Barber had an issue. Barber spins it off of 2. And that will be the cause of that caution. Got some guys ducking down pit road. Robinette's going to get a lap back. Vade will be a lap down here. And that's the thing, is these laps are so quick. They're running 13 seconds, 20 seconds. And if you're in the pit lane for 20 seconds, 23 seconds, you're going to lose a lap. As right now, Formosa and Barber are in danger of losing a lap. Reset the lineup here, though. It's going to be Smith, Pryor, Boers, Fravert, Michael Fravert, Clark, Victory, Somke, Robinette, Mark Fravert, Formosa, Barber, Vade, Joe Williams off the track. We have 1 to go here. Green flag in the air. Jonathan Smith doesn't get such a great start. Pryor hung out to dry on that high side, though. Can he battle back on that high side and get back around Preston Boers? Boers gets a little loose off of 2. That's going to allow Pryor to get to the inside lane. As the inside here is the place to be, especially in these super late model cars, as well as in the dirt cars. The inside is the place to go. We have 60 laps to go already, very quickly. Pryor jams on the brakes to avoid wrecking Smith. Pryor stays lower than Smith. He's going to have an opening going into turn 3 and 4 there. And he's going to keep that opening there through 1 and 2. Pryor still fighting on that inside, trying to get that top spot away from Jonathan Smith. Smith got a taste of the lead and doesn't want to give it up easily. Pryor gets loose off of 2 there. Gets loose into 3 and 4 there. Clark has to woe up to avoid wrecking Pryor. His caution comes out. Has a little bit of an issue, comes down the track, spins it all the way around. We gotta reset the lineup. We got several drivers in pit road. Drivers that are out there, it's going to be Smith, Clark, Formosa, Barber, Mark Fravert, Austin Victory. His Victory is going to come down pit road, as is Smith. That's going to give the lead over to Casey Clark. As the guys who pitted the last time, Pryor, Fravert, Robinette, Somke, Boers, they are still in pit road. They just finished their service as the leader. Was coming to get them, trap them a lap down there. That's going to allow all those guys to get back up, catch up to the tail of the field here. So it's going to be Clark, Formosa, Barber, Mark Fravert, Matt Vade, Michael Fravert, Robinette, Somke, Pryor, Boers, Smith, Victory, and Williams. Running order with 1 lap. We're back racing here. And Formosa cycled back through the field here, and he's back up there for that lead. Top 3 position. Green flag in the air for Casey Clark. Gets a great jump over Scott Formosa. And they both get a good start over the Ada Barber. Formosa to the inside. He forced Clark to go high. He's going to force Clark to go high again. He's going to bring Robert Barber with him to the inside. Barber's going to bring Robinette. Robinette's going to bring Pryor underneath Clark. Clark is hung out to dry there. And now he's going to get a chance to duck in behind Travis Pryor. Clark will be in that 5th position now. It's Pryor back up into 4th after pitting. Michael Fravert in that 72 going down pit road there. Had an issue on the track. We have 45 laps remaining. We look back here as Barber goes high, Robinette goes low. Barber bounces off the wall and slides down in front of Robinette. Robinette going to be the inside of Barber. But I think we may have a caution coming here soon, as we had a few cars bouncing off of each other. Robinette not able to stay underneath Barber. He Backs out. This is another one of those tracks to where you're going to have to use the bumper to move these guys in order to get around them. Robinette looking to the inside of Barber again. Robinette's able to make the pass this time. Pryor's able to get around him as well. That's going to put Pryor up into third. Robinette up into second. Barber fell back there 2 spots. Outside the top 3, currently sitting in that 4th spot. Mark Fravert in the 44 though. He's up into the 5th spot. We'll make that the 6th spot now as Preston Boers got around him for 5th. Gonna have James Somke back there in that 7th position. Matt Vade in the 08. Running in 8th. Casey Clark in the 3. Running 9th. Jonathan Smith in the 23, running 10th, right behind Clark. Then you're gonna have Austin Victory, Joe Williams, and Michael Fravert rounding out the field. Caution comes out. Go back to see what happened there. Looks like Barber had an issue. Very unfortunate for him. As you saw, he was going into that corner and then hard. Hit that outside wall very hard. Reset the lineup here. It's going to be Formosa, Pryor, Boers, Fravert, Somke, Vade, Clark, Smith, Robinette, Victory, Barber, Williams, and Michael Fravert. The running order here on lap number 94. As Victory's going to get a lap back here, that's going to put 10 cars back on the lead lap. We're going to have 31 laps to go. Holy smokes. The race is really flown by. We're going to be going back to green flag racing. This time, pace truck pulls off. Formosa gets a good jump. Boers is going to be the inside of Pryor. Pryor is going to duck behind and cross over Boers here. He's going to be the inside of Boers. Everybody disappeared there. But Pryor's going to get around Boers and tag that outside wall very slightly. And again, he's going to tag him. Look back here to Somke making a move on Vade for the top 5. They make a little bit of contact and Smith gets into the back of Somke. That's going to cause a caution there. I know we were watching it, but we're going to go watch a replay of it again. See, Somke and Vade make very slight contact, and Smith thought Somke was going to be able to accelerate off, but Somke did not want to do that and get into the 08 of Matt Vade. So, with 23 to go, it's going to be Formosa, Pryor, Boers, Mark, Fravert, Vade, Robinette, Clark, Somke, Victory, Smith, Williams, Barber, and Michael Fravert. As Formosa, he started up front, dropped to the back after the pits, and then fought back to the front. He's been up front ever since. Pryor started in the back, fought to the front, went to the back after pits, and now he's fought back up to the front again. The same with Preston Boers. Boers got into an incident early, dropped to the back, and now he's driven back up to the front. We're going to have one lap to green here. And we're going to be within 20 to go. Green flag back out for Formosa. Caution will come back out again. Watch this as Robinette tags the back of the 44 Mark Fravert, and the one of James Somke got involved as well. So we reset the lineup. It's gonna be Formosa, Pryor, Boers, Vade, Clark, Smith, Somke, Mark Fravert, Austin Victory, Louis Robinette, Joe Williams, Robert Barber, Michael Fravert. The running order here with 16 laps to go. Victory goes and gets a lap back again. Appears as if Robinette has parked his car for the night. We're going to be back to green flag racing here next. Well, this time when we come back around, this time we will be green flag back out in the air there. Formosa gets a good start. Pryor gets a good start as well. He's able to duck down in front of Preston Boers. With 12 laps remaining. This race has gone very quickly here tonight, with the fact of very limited cautions as you see Clark get around or get underneath the 08 of Matt Vade for that 4th position. Clark trying to clear Vade. He does. Smith now going to be inside of the 08 of Vade. And Somke going to be there as well. Somke and Vade make minor contact. It looked like Vade was getting ready to spin out, and Pryor gets spun out. Oh. It all started with Pryor getting loose out of turn 2. Gets loose out of 3 and 4 there. That is not good for Pryor. If we reset the lineup, it's going to be Formosa, Boers, Clark, Smith, Somke, Vade, Fravert, Victory, Pryor, Williams, Robinette, Barber, and Michael Fravert. Running order here. And that just shakes everything up with just 4 laps to go. Pryor. It's going to be back in 9th position. It'd be hard for him to get up there in 4 laps. Well, make it 3. This pace car is going to pull off. We're going to be back to green flag racing with 3 laps remaining. Formosa gets a great jump. Boers gets a good start as well. He's going to be able to slide down in front of Casey Clark. Clark and Smith are battling now for that 3rd spot. You're going to have Matt Vade right behind them. As Clark clears Smith now. Smith gets a little bit loose. And Clark gets into the 51 of Boers as the race finishes. So we will have the full running order, the full finishing order, rather. In a moment. But it's going to be Scott Formosa, your winner. Preston Boers, 2nd. Casey Clark, 3rd. Jonathan Smith, 4th. Matt Vade, 5th. James Somke, 6th. Mark Fravert, 7th. Austin Victory, 8th. Travis Pryor, 9th. Joe Williams, 10th. Louis Robinette will be 11th. Robert Barber, 12th. Michael Fravert will finish in that 13th position. As we get ready for post-race interviews here momentarily, we'll be right back in just a moment. All right, we're gonna have our third place finisher with us now, Casey Clark. Casey, you, you did a good job. You were up there battling all night for the top 5 or 6 spots, and you pitted there, and you fell back, and you fought your way back up in there.
Yeah, I mean, these short tracks are real rough on us. With such a short track, getting in and getting 4 tires is almost impossible to do without going a lap down. I know some of the other guys are managing to do it and squeeze it out. I stayed out and kept my old tires for as long as I could. I know some of the guys behind me pitted early, and on that late restart there, probably about a little over halfway through the race, I knew they were all on fresh tires, and they just pushed me straight to the back. I got loose and lost it there, and got squeaked back all the way to about 11th. On that last caution, I went for broke, put 4 tires on it, and luck was just on our side tonight, man. These tracks are kind of a hard thing to grasp.
Yeah, absolutely. You had Travis Pryor up there and Scott Formosa, 2 of the tougher drivers to battle with. But just being smooth and steady and running good, clean, consistent laps is what you really have to do, especially on these short tracks.
Oh, 100%. I've known Scott for a long time, and he's one of my teammates over at All Out Motorsports. Him and Louis Robinette, Robert Barber. It's a good group of people. I've raced with Scotty for about 7 years online now, so I've learned a lot from him. He's done it a lot longer than I have, way before I got started in it. But it all came down to just trying to be consistent. I knew they're late with those guys being on a little bit older tires. If I could just manage to keep it consistent and smooth, I watched Preston and Travis swap it up. I knew, that probably right before that last caution, I mean, Travis was sideways completely around the track. But overall it was a good race. We had a good night tonight.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll let you get out of here, or we'll let you thank your sponsors, then get out of here, and we'll look forward to seeing you back here next week.
Well, I got to thank All Out, the league itself. Great group of drivers, good racing every week. All Out Motorsports, Scott Formosa, Louis Robinette, Robert Barber. They're just great teammates. They've helped me out on here trying to get better and consistent week after week. As far as my real life sponsors go that are on my real race car, Clark Properties, H. Clark Distillery, New South Contract in Decatur, Alabama. Keeps me rolling every week in the RL. But we'll come back out here next week, and we'll see what we can do.
All right, Case. Thanks for your time, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, we're here with our second place finisher, Preston Boers. Preston, great job here tonight. Battling back a couple of times to get back up to the front there.
Oh yeah, it was a good race all night long. We had a real fast car coming into the race, and I don't know, just didn't have enough there at the end. I mean, we were able to take 2 tires. Scott was able to take 4, and I just missed it a little bit there at the end. And but I want to thank all my guys, thank everybody that helped me along for tonight. I want to thank Robert for putting these races on, you guys for broadcasting. So another fun night. Just came up a little short. It was fun though.
Yeah, absolutely. Great. It was a great race overall. Very minimal cautions, and that's something that we don't necessarily see out of the short tracks. You guys really were being very respectful to each other here at Lanier.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we had plenty of green flag action there at the beginning, which was a lot of fun. And then towards the end, we kind of had a few more cautions. Kind of wish couple of them restarts with stayed green. Might have put me in a little bit better spot, but no, I mean I was there at the end, so just gonna get to them.
All right, Preston. We'll let you thank your sponsors and get out of here and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yep, just want to thank everybody that helps me along with this whole deal, and yeah, just looking forward to next week. It'll be fun.
All right, Preston. Thanks for your time, buddy. We look forward to seeing you back next week. All right, we're here with our race winner, Scott Formosa. Scott, congratulations on the big win. You had to hold off a very tough Travis Pryor there and Preston Boers both tonight.
Yeah, Travis has been very, very good here as of late, and Preston is a tough customer too. You know, and Casey Clark come back to have a pretty good run tonight. Everybody did a pretty good job tonight. I just kind of got to start up front and just hit my marks all night. Pitted, barely got out with taking 4 tires, and it's hard to do here. And I just made it, and I think that made a difference because Preston told me a few minutes ago he had only took 2 tires, and he was pretty strong with 2. So I'm lucky to hold on to what I did.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not an easy thing to do, especially at a track like Lanier, where it's so small. You know, it's only a 3/8 of a mile track, so it's very very easy to be trapped a lap down under caution on pit stops.
Right. Yeah, I had to be tucked in right behind the pace truck when I pitted, and actually sped just a little bit coming off pit road just to get back out without losing a lap. Man, that makes a difference when when you can take 4 tires, and you got to be up front. You got to be either first or second. I think any further back than third, you can't take 4 and without getting lapped here. So,
all right, well, Scott, we will let you thank your sponsors. Get out of here and enjoy the rest of your evening, buddy.
Yeah, I want to thank All Out Towing and Robert Barber for putting this on, and Casey Clark, Louis Robinette, my All Out teammates, and just everybody in the league, and you also, man. Y'all do a great job, man. Thanks a lot.
All right, Scott, thanks for your time, buddy. We look forward to seeing you back next week.
All right, thank you.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us here with the All Out Super Late Model Series presented by the All Out Esports, All Out Towing guys. They do a heck of a job with everything, and we really look forward to being back here next week with them, and look forward to another exciting race. Scott Formosa led the most laps here tonight. So until next time, take care of yourself, be careful, and do what you guys need to do to take care of yourselves, and we will see you back next week.